Hi, everyone. Welcome to Module 4 or Week 4, however you want to call it. So this week, we're going to really dig down into understanding radicalization and why individuals become radicalized. We really need to have an understanding of what leads an individual to seek other radicals that think in the same thought process. And I'm asking you to kind of dig deep into that and point out some qualifying marks that might be some that could be used for other investigators to be able to look at and say, well, this might be one of the reasons. The individual may be an antisocial, or their radical thought process individually wasn't so bad, but when they met with other people in the same thinking, they became even more radicalized on the topic. The other thing is that we tend to spend a lot of time since 9/11 looking at Islamic terrorism, but we negate that Christian terrorism exists and has been around for many, many years. I want you to look deep into it and compare the differences between Christian terrorism versus Islamic terrorism. And the other thing is I want you to ask yourself, why? Why is today, it's 2020, why are we looking at this one group of individuals as all of terrorism and not looking at the other factors that we might be turning a blind eye to? What might help you in answering these questions is really listening and understanding Nouman Ali Khan. Nouman Ali Khan is an imam that speaks openly against radical Islam. And he describes the true nature of Islam. And we really have to keep in mind the concept of Yahweh. And I think I mentioned this last week's overview, is Yahweh is the universal monotheistic religion that Christianity, Islam, and Judaism were all born from. Think of Yahweh as the mother of monotheistic religions with Abraham and Moses. That's Yahweh. And that Yahweh broke up into two major sects, and that was Islam and Judaism. And then Judaism, as we all know, broke up into from Judaism to Christianity, and then Christianity broke up into two major religions of Catholicism and Lutheranism, which then evolved into Protestantism. So when we think of this umbrella of religion, we all must understand and accept that the monotheistic religions were all one at one time, and that the interpretations of Scripture, and then later the canonization of the Bible and the separation between who would lead Muslims between the Shiites and the Sunnis, that's the divisions that have occurred globally when it comes to religion. So when you think of when you listen to Nouman Ali Khan, it's important to understand his reference on how Islamic radicalization has really twisted the faith from being a peaceful religion to a religion of hatred and unacceptance. And those of you that have not dug deep into it, never take a line away from a scripture and read that line by itself. We can do that throughout the Bible and take one line out and point out, if we were to take the teachings of Jesus and those one lines out, we could make Jesus look like the Antichrist. And the same thing can be said about Islam. If you take one line out of a scripture, you're more than likely will find evil and bad intentions. But when you read the scripture in its complete entirety, then you can understand that the love and the faith of teaching a group of people how to live was the intention. And it goes in both directions with when we read the Quran, the Torah, or the Bible, the three major religious books, is understanding these teachings with the intent of trying to give people a path to follow and to live a life that was fulfilling. So try to step away from any biases that you might have when reading into these, and understand that radicalization can happen in any culture and in any religion and in any ethnicity. None of us are immune to radicalization. We can always compare the radical left and the radical right here in this country when it comes to politics, where most of us fall down the middle in some way or form. Those radical ends of what we see in the news, and we see in memes, and we see in social media all over the place. It's the ability to separate the rest of us from the radicals. But as always, I hope you're enjoying the class. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me by text, email. I have office hours on Monday evenings from 7 to 8 p.m. and again on Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. If you just want to jump on and say hi, I'll be there. Like I said, I hope you're enjoying the class thus far, and I look forward to some more lively discussions. Have a great day.